I was waiting for 5 seconds. Can you let me do my thing? Dude. Shoot.
I'm so anxious this morning.
Why?
Because I just feel like I'm running behind. So much to do and not enough time.
Yes, I feel the same way. I did run. I woke up a little late this morning, which is very rare for me. And then Monday's my yard work day, and I was behind. And then, of course, we had a little mommy meltdown this morning. That we had to. Renae got to work out. I did not, because Renae's workout is very important. If I don't work out, we have problems.
I need the endorphins to keep this train running.
I've already learned that if Renee's hungry, we have problems. If Renee's tired, we have problems. If Renae doesn't exercise, we have problems. If Steve doesn't have any of those things, get over it and let's have a good day. No, that's how it works.
Because you very weirdly can go without, not with sleep. You do need sleep, but you can go without food for hours.
No,
I don't know how you do that.
It is all a state of mind. It is all, you control you. You are in charge of your body.
Is a state of mind when I physically feel my body crashing because I haven't put food in the tank?
Yes. I understand you're hungry and we're working on it. Can we be nice while we're working on it?
Yes.
Can we choose to not be a grump? That's my point.
Sometimes.
I am not saying at all that I don't get hungry. I'm not, and while I'm hungry, that I'm grumpy. All I'm saying is that I choose to be hungry and happy.
That's because your body has more to eat on than mine does. You have more.
There's an eating joke there that I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go there. Okay, first of all,
hi, welcome.
Yes, hi and welcome. I would also like to thank my friends at Aztec Chevrolet, who are absolutely amazing over there. All those guys above and beyond. If you want to do business with somebody who will treat you right, you go to Aztec Chevrolet.
And now they've got us on the Sprinter van adventure.
Oh
and
my gosh,
don't
dude,
know
those guys!
Whether to thank them or strangle them.
It was good. We'll talk about that in a minute, but it was good. It was really good.
Yeah.
I am super excited because finally we have a Old Salt Coffee Challenge coin.
We've been talking about these.
I didn't know what to expect. To be honest with you, I did not know what it would be like. But man, these things are beautiful. Hold on, it's Tomas. It's my manager. Oh man, let's make sure that the podcast. I thought it was going to be might have been something that we could have.
Exciting good news. No,
we could have added to the podcast.
But it was basically like, good job. We've got some stuff lined up for you. Don't say anything inappropriate and screw it up.
That's pretty much what they said. and I'm sorry, Rick, to have to put you through more conversations with suits. It is the absolute worst. So you're just now coming back because I was on a phone call with my managers, and it's never fun. It's never fun. It's not why I do this business. But I am so freaking excited about these, dude.
Yeah.
And again, like I didn't know what to expect.
I didn't either.
And I've never been in a position where I'm like, man, how could I somehow have a challenge coin?
I know, because you have such a love and appreciation for them. So I'm so happy and excited for you that you have a challenge coin. That's crazy. And I love what it says.
Can I say?
You can say it.
Well, no, because I feel like the people that have challenge coins have earned them, right?
Yeah.
And I've never felt like, man, I earned it, right?
Yeah.
But with this, the way that we're giving them away is that if somebody puts in Trevino 10 and they do a full subscription at Old Salt Coffee, every bag of coffee that they buy, then I get $1 back to veterans.
Yeah.
So then I do think like, hey,
are earning
I'm earning it, right? I'm doing something for veterans.
Yeah.
And we have 1,000 of them. So that means if we get 1,000 subscriptions.
Did I hear you say they are numbered?
They're numbered 1 through 1,000. So I'm going to pick somebody very special for the first one. But again, like I said, so even if it's a subscription where they're only getting 1 bag of coffee a month, that's $1 every month times 1,000. That's $1,000 a month coming in for our veterans.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about them. I don't know, Rick, how close I need to get to the camera so people can really kind of see them. But they are
show them
beautiful.
the old salt side. The old salt side's beautiful too.
What about my side?
Your side is cool. It's got a microphone on it. It's really cool.
My side is a microphone, and it says, I wanted to put on there, family first, country always.
Yeah.
So that's what we put on the coin. I mean, it is beautiful, the coin. Go grab her.
You hear that?
It is
Mom.
beautiful,
Mom.
the coin. So we're super excited. Today, it's
Hi,
come in. What are you doing?
Hi,
so
in.
we
have a special guest today on the podcast.
yes. Hello, Delilah. Hello, Delilah Ray. Oh, I know why she's looking for you.
Why?
She smells like poop.
That's why she's at the door. Mom.
It's just such a nutty week this week because normally on Tuesday is when we do our podcast, but today's Monday. Say hello. Say dad. So we had Rebecca with us on our little tour. Becca. And she had to take the day off today because, well, frankly,
everyone needs a day to recover.
Yeah,
We just
from the
don't get one.
Trevinos. Yeah, from the Trevinos.
We don't get a day to recover from ourselves.
But it's getting nutty. I mean, Tuesday from 8 o'clock in the morning till 1 p.m., every 15 minutes, I'm on a different radio station.
Yeah.
And then Wednesday morning from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., I'm on a different radio station every 15 minutes to promote. So we weren't able to do it. It's like, okay, well, when can we do it?
Yeah.
Right? And then poor Rick has to edit, so we can't do it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because then he won't have it ready for Friday. So we're like, okay, we'll figure it out. Oh, you want to go with Mom?
Oh, she's stuck in the cord, Daddy.
There you go. So we are, and by the way, did I call it? I told Rick, I go, dude, just so you know, there might be some little monsters
running around. I knew she would come in because she loves this room, and we try and keep her out of it because we don't want her unplugging things.
That's why she loves this room. Because anytime they say,
"Are you going to help me?"
You're going to help?
Okay.
Okay. Does she smell like poop to you?
No.
Well, you smelled her hair.
I'm not gonna. I know.
You didn't smell her buttocks.
I can't smell it. I think we might be okay.
Okay, you talk too. So anyway, you go to Old Salt Coffee. If you want one of these coins, you're gonna sign up for a subscription, and it has to be an annual subscription, a monthly subscription, and then you put the code Trevino10, and then we will mail you this beautiful Steve Trevino challenge coin, and this is number 192. This one that I have in my hand is 192. We only made 1,000 of these. We will only make 1,000 of these specifically.
Oh, we gotta save one to put on the shelf and put in the case with all the rest of your other coins.
Well, then we have to get a subscription, honey, because then you're taking monies away from the veterans. So we're very excited about it. So I hope this is something that you might want as an incentive to help me and Old Salt Coffee help veterans, but also send you a wonderful product.
Yeah.
So we're very, very, very excited about. And then you want to talk about Picked Cherries very quickly?
Yeah. Picked Cherries came out this weekend to Florida, and it was so good to see them. And we gave away a bunch of merchandise. This is not going to work. Okay, I'm going to go put on her favorite, Coco Melon. And I'll be right back. Come on.
I will continue to talk. She comes and grabs all my stuff. I got to put it back. So we're very excited because Picked Cherries came out to hang out with us in Florida, the owner, the creator. And then, I didn't know if I should even say anything, but definitely really cool that somebody hit me up and they go, man, what a great idea. I hope that you guys are part of this because it's going to be huge. Well, we are part of it, and we are part owners of Picked Cherries. Every download you make helps us. So please, please, please. And one of the reasons I'm so excited to be an owner of an app like that is because it's income outside of stand-up. And the more you help me and my wife, the more time I get to spend with my family. So that is the goal behind our involvement with Pick Cherries. So we're very excited. Hang on. This show is just oh my goodness, it's just been nuts. I got all these crazy phone calls coming in. No wonder we do it in the mornings. I don't even know, Rick, how you're going to be able to put all of this together. But we did go to Florida together as a family, the whole crew.
It's not nearly as fun without me, is it?
I'm just doing business right now. And the cool part, there's always, again, I believe in God. I think things happen for a reason.
Okay, what happened for a reason?
There is this kid that we met in Palm Beach. And, you want to talk about class act.
Yeah.
Good looking guy, super friendly. I meet him in Palm Beach when we were there. He's in the Marlins organization as a pitcher. And, we ended up meeting his parents in Brea, California.
Oh, I didn't. You did.
I did.
Yeah.
And, chatted with his parents and hung out with his parents and, really hit it off with this guy. His name is Eli Villalobos. And he's with the Marlins organization. We planned, okay, we've got a 2-year-old or almost 2-year-old, and there's no way that we're going to be able to drive straight through to go to Jacksonville because it was 15 or 16 hours. We said, why don't we make it a little vacation? We leave a day early and we spend the day in Pensacola, Florida.
Yeah.
Right? So I told Renae to get an Airbnb, and then that was a whole thing because I was like, well, just buy that one. And she's like, well, I don't want to just get that one. I'm like, well, this one's nice. Well, let me do my research and find out.
You have to admit, I got like a super awesomely located Airbnb. We could not have asked for a better location for that Airbnb.
And again, serendipitous. I learned that word on Tombstone, the movie. Serendipitously, I don't know if that's how it works. Serendipitously, we decided, okay, Pensacola is where we're going.
Yeah.
And we got an Airbnb, and then let's look at things that we can do with our kids in Pensacola. Are we going to do the beach? Are we going to do a museum?
Yeah.
What are we going to do?
I picked it out because it said it was right by a playground, a little park. And I was like, okay, you and Timmy, road manager, can sleep in. And when Delilah's yapping super early in the morning, I can just take her in the stroller to the playground. I knew that was going to be valuable.
Which worked out.
Yes.
Which worked out. And then, again, there's a feeling, there's, something. We're driving in, and then all of a sudden, Eli goes, hey, man, I noticed you're in Jacksonville, Florida. My team, the Blue Wahoos, the minor league team for the Marlins, is playing Wednesday night in Pensacola.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're staying in Pensacola. We would love to go to the game.
Yeah.
He's like, great, I'll leave you tickets. So I told Renae, that's the plan. We are randomly going to go watch this game that is unrandom because our friend plays on the team, you know. So
you could literally see the stadium from our Airbnb.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Not only did it work out to where Eli hits us up, we decide to go to the game. The Airbnb is literally walking distance from the Airbnb to the stadium.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, all this worked out.
It was so nice. It was
so perfectly.
Cool.
And it was just one of those like, and that's what's really cool about the fact that we get to travel together is that we are not on vacation, but it's vacation.
Yeah.
Right? We're not like, all right, well, we're on the beach and we're just going to sit on the beach. And no, we're like, all right, well, let's see what happens. Right?
Yeah.
So we end up at the game, and then, I don't even know how to, they didn't know who I was, so I can say it, but there's these two college girls sitting next to us.
Yeah.
Right? And totally like, well, we hang out here and we know the guys. Right. And there are these two college girls and they're all dressed up in their
what
little,
do you call them when they're baseball groupies?
I don't know. They're little baseball groupies, right? And they're just trying to get out of Pensacola. I'm going to pick the one that's going to go pro, right? but they knew the guys, and
they knew like their stats and stuff too, right? Like, weren't they talking to you about?
And one of my favorite baseball movies is a movie called Bull Durham.
Yeah.
Do you know that movie?
Yes, because you watch it on a regular.
I love that movie, but do you know the whole like
Susan Sarandon and what's his name? Why can't I think of his name right now?
Kevin Costner?
No,
Tim
the
Robbins?
other one. Tim Robbins. That's what I was thinking of.
Yes.
Tim Robbins.
So they are totally baseball groupies, and then she is totally kind of the older baseball groupie teaching the young baseball groupie, right? So then I see these two girls, I'm like, oh my God, this is totally Bull Durham, right? I didn't know, I mean, I knew they existed, but I'm sitting next to two of them, right? And they were there, and all the boys would walk by and they'd be like, hey, they knew the whole team.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I had a feeling we were in the baseball groupie section. Did you notice that? Kind of, there was another girl.
Well, because it was the home, it was
like,
the home sideline. So then, I told Garrett, I go, oh, Eli's warming up the right fielder.
Yeah.
Let's go down, and I know Eli will give you a baseball. And those girls were like, you know Eli? How do you know Eli? I'm like, oh, he's a friend of mine. They're like, oh, he's a friend of yours? I'm like, yeah. And then you could tell they kind of didn't believe me, and then we walked down there and Eli's like, oh, Steve, what's up, man? Thanks for coming to the game. And then Eli gives Garrett a ball and those girls were like, oh, he does know Eli. And then it was funny because she goes, he has a girlfriend. Like, right there, she knew Eli has a girlfriend. Like she knew what was up, dude. And it was just, I just had a wonderful time. And the bummer about it was that at the end of the night, they were going to have fireworks.
Yeah.
Well, they ended up tying the game and going into extra innings. Garrett was completely fading.
Yeah.
You had already left with Delilah because
Yeah.
it just wasn't going to make it anyway. And we wanted to stay for the fireworks, but then now we're in the 10th inning, the 11th inning.
Yeah.
I made the decision like, all right, let's go ahead and go. And I was really bummed for Eli. Eli had a really tough inning.
Yeah.
They brought him in to pitch as a reliever, and he really had a tough go of it.
Yeah.
But by the time we get to the house, you were kind of wondering what was going on. You had texted me.
Yeah.
We literally. Don is here, by the way. Our friend Don is here. So if you see me talking to Don, Don, we get to the front door, and then all of a sudden, pa, 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 all the fireworks go off. Garrett's like, I want to watch the fireworks because I'm not tired. Yeah, because I had carried him 9 blocks.
No, but Delilah was already passed out. So I was like, let's go to the park. Because I was like, the park's right there around the corner. And we had our own little park bench. No one was there. And we sat on the park bench, just he and I. It was really, really sweet. We got to see the whole fireworks show. It was an awesome fireworks show.
It was awesome fireworks show.
And it was like we had our own little private show.
And you know what's crazy is I'm not quite sure I know if they won or lost. I don't know. But it was tied up when we left.
Yeah.
And then the fireworks went off. And I was just thinking to myself, if they lost and there's still fireworks, that's got to be a horrible feeling, right? Like you're leaving the stadium as a loser. And
wait, can we talk about, Garrett had so much fun. It was really cool. The girls next to us told us about it. They were like, oh, after the 6th inning, the kids get to like run the field. She's like, they chase a cockroach. And
they chase a cockroach.
I was like, what? I was like a cockroach? Like a real cockroach?
And they're like, no, he dresses like a roach.
Like a cockroach. Why a cockroach?
That's some southern shit, dude.
But it's not their mascot. But someone dresses up like a cockroach and goes running across the field. And all the kids from the stadium, like literally, they all rush the field and try and catch the cockroach.
Garrett's so competitive. Like, dude, he was like, Dad, did you see me? I passed like 5 people. And then I passed that dad. And then I was like running out. I was going to catch the cockroach. I'm like, no, you're not, dude. The cockroach is a grown.
Maybe it's because it's Florida and there's palm trees and cockroaches live in palm trees. I don't know.
But it was definitely a cockroach. But I will tell you that if you are a baseball fan, Eli Villalobos is somebody to look at. The kid.
If you mean somebody to look at because he's very good looking, yes.
No, that he's going to go to the show.
Yeah.
I definitely think he's going to the show. The kid throws 100 miles an hour plus on a regular. I think the minor leagues is perfect for him to help him with his mental game.
Yeah.
But the kid is just the other reason I'm endorsing him is because he's also a class act.
Yeah.
He's just a good person, and I like to see that. Here's this really, really good looking kid, 6'4",
Yeah.
Right? In the major leagues, there's all these little barflies hanging out waiting for him, and he's got his girlfriend, and he's very well put together. And, he's just a good guy. So we're rooting for him. So we stop in Pensacola. We wake up the next day. Boom, let's go. Yeah. Back in the Sprinter van. And we end up, trying to time. That's the hard part, is that Delilah's 2. Not even 2.
Just a year and a half.
And we have to time everything around her so that we can make her comfortable, because I feel so bad for her. Well,
and you just hope that, look, when you want them to sleep, they don't. When you don't want them to sleep, they do. We're just hoping that she'll stick to some sort of schedule and we can accommodate and plan around that.
I mean, that's the goal. And so we were like, okay, we'll drive for 3 hours, get her out, eat lunch, and then that way when she gets back in the car seat, she'll pass out. Yeah. Right? And it did work out for us like that. But we stopped at that crazy place.
Oh, it's such a cool restaurant. What was it called? A Volcano Hot Pot? Yes, that's what it is. It's Volcano Hot Pot and Barbecue. And it's kind of like not hibachi style. What's like Korean barbecue style, where you have your own little grill. But the cool thing about this place that we've never seen before is it also had your own little round burner to make your soup.
So you chose your broth.
Yeah.
So Dawn, you know how when you go to a
they compared it to going to an Asian seafood market.
Yeah, but if you go to a Genghis grill, you pretty much make your bowl, then they cook it for you. That's kind of how this was, where you made your own barbecue, but then you chose your broth, and then you went and put whatever you wanted to put in your broth.
And they had squid and shrimp and tofu and
noodles.
Oh, yeah. Different kinds of noodles. Sweet potato noodles, the clear glassy noodles, whatever they're called. It literally was like an Asian seafood market along the back wall. And you just loaded your plate and then you went back to the table and cooked it all.
And Garrett was like, Dad, thank you for bringing me here. This place is so cool. And can I make this? And can I make that? And can I put this in my soup? I'm like, go for it, guy. Yeah. It's all buffet. Let's go. So we finally made it to Jacksonville, Florida, and I always feel so lucky, and I don't understand people that don't have. Most of my good friends I've known forever, and I've always found it weird to me that I meet people where, well, this is my best friend, and you're like, oh, that's your best friend. How long have you known each other? 5 years. You don't have any other friends?
Oh, you and I always go back and forth on that, because I don't necessarily agree with you. I think that things happen in life. I don't know, especially as a woman, right, Dawn? Where you become close with people because you ended up having children at the same time.
No. What I'm saying is, yes, there's nothing wrong with new friends, and there's nothing wrong with getting to know new friends. I'm talking about people that don't have any old friends.
But just because I said this is my best friend
doesn't mean... But I'm saying that these are my friends. And you go, well, do you have any friends from high school? No. Do you have any friends from college? No. Do you have any friends from childhood? No. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Right? That's weird to me.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that, yes, I have tons of new friends that have become very close to us. Yeah. Right? What I'm saying is that the fact that there's these people who don't have any forever friends from way back when. Yeah. So let me reiterate for all the people that think like Renae.
Or how about you just communicate clearly the first time, Steve Trevino?
Maybe I'm the one that needs to learn how to communicate. That's what I do for a living.
Keep going.
Anyway, that's what was really cool about Jacksonville, is that Lou Ramirez and I, when I was 18 years old, I walked into a radio station. Lou walked into that radio station at about the same time. And then another girl named Barbie Leo from Corpus, she walked in. We were all within the same age. We were the young people at the radio station. And because of that, the three of us were kind of
bonded.
That class, right? Yeah. Of people that came in. And then I went off to do stand-up comedy. And then Lou went off to work for various radio stations, ended up at a record label, now is at Warner Music. And we have just kept in touch and caught up with each other over the years.
Yeah.
And have stayed friends ever since the day we walked in to the radio station.
Yeah.
You know, and you always knew about Lou, right? And had you met Lou before?
I have. I think I met them in Orlando when Stephanie might have been pregnant once.
But you hadn't met him before Stephanie.
No.
Right. So, you know, it was Lou and I would catch up on the road or whatever. And then what I'm trying to say is that it was really cool that this time you got to meet Lou's wife.
And the kids.
And their kids. And they had kids about the same time we had kids.
Yeah.
And we hung out as a family. And I was so worried about you hitting it off with Stephanie. Because
we both had COVID babies.
I'm like, oh my gosh, if Renae doesn't get along with this girl, I'm never seeing Lou again. Like, please get along. And not to mention, and it's funny because I'm like, man, Lou, I'm just so proud of you. And he's like, I'm proud of you, you know.
Yeah.
But because, you know, Lou works with artists like Blake Shelton and Cody Johnson and Blake Eldridge. And I mean, he has
Brett Eldridge.
Yes. He has this laundry list of very big celebrities that he works with and is friends with. And, you know, and I'm really proud of him. And he's like, no, I'm proud of you, you know.
Yeah.
So it was just really cool we pretty much spent the whole weekend with their family and our family.
Yeah.
And, you know, they have a 4-year-old, we have a 6-year-old. They have a 1-year-old, we have a 1.5-year-old. So Lou goes, Saturday, we'll do the beach. I go, great. He goes, man, I got the whole setup. We'll do it up, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, great. What's the plan? Lou goes, I'll pick you up in the morning. And that way the girls and the kids can ride separately. And then by the time they get there, everything's set up.
Yeah.
So canopy, cornhole boards.
Oh my
chairs.
gosh, she told me, Stephanie said, we're like the Clampets when we go to the beach. She's like, we have
Sand toys.
everything.
Yetis.
Folding tables, the
Grill.
traveling barbecue grill. Yeah.
So, of course, on Father's Day weekend.
I think there were more chairs than bodies.
Yes.
Kid-sized chairs, adult-sized chairs, a chair
Loungers.
all the way down. Yeah.
So Lou and I get out there on Father's Day weekend, set it all up so that the girls can be comfortable. The girls get there, they're laying out, they're loving it. And then afterwards, it's like, all right, well, time to load it back up. And then on Father's Day weekend, just like my joke, I'm literally canopy. You know, Lou's got 4 chairs, and I've got 4 chairs.
And of course, the little ones nap, so we have maxed out their capacity. Like, their battery is 0.
And then Saturday night, just, you know, wonderful shows. The staff, I gotta shout out this staff.
Yeah.
You know, I don't get me wrong. Because I'm talking about this staff being amazing doesn't mean that the other clubs were not.
Yeah.
Over and above. Over and above. I mean, really, from the second that we got there, we were greeted by management.
They were all there to check us in. And we're like, can we have a pack and play? Yes, like immediately a pack and play to the room. Like,
you know, they gave me a personal security guard, David, who was ex-Army Ranger, old timer. And we're sitting there, because he's not leaving my sight.
No.
I mean, I sit down to have a drink, he's over here, making sure that I'm not being disturbed and just being a class act. And we start talking, and Renee's like, well, because I had TV in the morning.
We were trying to figure out we've got one Sprinter van. And so it's like, how are you getting to TV? Does that mean the kiddos and I are stuck here at the hotel?
And then Renae out loud goes, oh my gosh, like I'm afraid to drive the Sprinter van. And Dave goes, I'll be here for you. I will pick you up and drive your Sprinter van for you.
Yeah.
And Dave, class act, totally drove us around. I mean, just
at the children's, because we went to the science museum and he didn't leave our side either. Like, if, you know, one kid was this way and another kid was this way, I could tell Dave was like trying to keep an eye on both of them.
Total class act. And the staff was just amazing. And they had this comedy workshop that they do there. They call it the LOLs. And basically the club leaves the club open on Saturday. And any open micers that want to come can come. They can do a workshop. They can talk to other comedians. They can go on stage, whatever they want to do. And I walked in there. And kind of watched them do their thing. And, you know, walked on stage. They let them.
Did they know you had snuck in?
Yeah. And I hate it because as soon as I walk in, everybody changes the way they're sitting down. They're like, you know, and they were going on stage. Every one of them would go on stage, do their act, and then they would give notes, and then the other one would go up stage. And as soon as I got there, they were like, well, what do we do now? Mr. Steve, do you want to go up and talk to us? And I go, just finish what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then they were like, well, I don't want to do my act in front of you.
I don't want to finish what I was doing.
So they did finish, and I was able to go on stage and just, give them some advice. And it's just amazing to me.
Did they have questions for you?
Lots of questions.
Yeah.
Lots of questions. But it's amazing to me. They're like, Steve, nobody comes. So just to put it in a perspective, the comedy club is inside the hotel that we're staying in. So it's not like I had to go anywhere. I had to walk all of 50 feet to walk into the club from my room. Yeah. And they're like, the headliner for the weekend never comes. I'm like, never? They go, well, we had one like 2 years ago come in. They go, but they never come in here. And I'm like, man, and I told them too, I go, look, guys, you guys got me for like 20 minutes. Yeah. I'm happy to come in here. I'm happy to hang out.
We literally had just come in from the beach, and Dave called to see if we needed anything, and it called and was like, hey, just to let you know, LOL's what's happening right now.
And I said, you know what? I'm going to go over there, give those guys a few minutes, take some of my time out to hopefully help them out, because there might be another little Steve Trevino sitting in that room. Yeah. There might be another.
Was there a cute, chubby, short, hairy Mexican?
What's up, Garrett?
Oh.
What's the Wi-Fi? Yeah. You live here. I don't know. You don't know the Wi-Fi? Who needs the Wi-Fi?
Me.
Huh?
My tablet's not working. I need Wi-Fi.
Your tablet's not working. You need a Wi-Fi.
This sounds very important.
Or does Zachary need it?
Zachary knows it.
Okay, we're almost done, so y'all can wait 20 minutes.
And Zachary knows it. He'll help you.
I asked him.
Okay, 20 minutes. Big issues. Wi-Fi. That's the big issue.
My tablet is not working. I need the Wi-Fi password.
Well, I think people...
Because he didn't just have like 15 hours of undisturbed tablet time in the car on the way home.
Well, and I think people think it's funny that when you come into our house, the Wi-Fi signal, we named it Captain Evil.
Yes.
So you definitely know
where you're at.
That it's our home. And then it was finish the shows and haul it back in the Sprinter. And we did do it in one shot.
We did. So I had the bags packed and ready to go. I loaded what I could, except for like your luggage, so you could change. And I put the kids to bed. And then at midnight, we after your show, scooped them up, loaded them in the Sprinter van, and
like a thief in the night, we kidnapped 2 children and got in the van. And again, Dave was there supporting us, helping us out, pushing luggage out. I mean, of course, we tipped him very, very well, because you just don't find people like that. Yeah, he was awesome. And he was just such a willing to give his time to us. And but there's different kinds of people like that. There's the people that do it, and you have a feeling of they're annoyed and it's their job and they have to do it. Yeah. Then you have people that are doing it and they're over pushy with, I'm doing it because I want you to tip me.
Oh, yeah, you get that feeling.
You get the feeling of like, the reason I'm here.
You're going to get a good tip, right? You're going to give me a good tip, right?
Yeah. And then there's people like Dave who are the most special, who you could tell want to serve, want to help, genuinely want to make the people he works with happy. Yeah. Right? And there's no feeling of this guy wants a tip. There's no feeling of, he's here because he has to be. It was a feeling.
Oh, even when he took us, because I felt bad. I didn't know. He had just said he would drive us. No, he had said he would drive us to the museum, but I didn't give him a plan or a schedule or anything like that. So when we got to the museum, I was like, Dave, do you want to come in with us? How much time do we have you for? And he's like, I'm good. You got me all morning. I don't need to be at the club till tonight.
Super sweet guy.
Yeah.
Super sweet guy. And because he is an Army Ranger, I told him that if he calls me a couple months before Helicopters for Heroes, that I would get him a hotel room and a plane ticket to come and volunteer with us.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
And his smile from ear to ear, awesome. He was so excited about it. And he was like, oh my gosh, Steve, I will hit you up. Don't tell me something. And I said, no, Dave, I give you my word. if you hit me up a couple months before Helicopters for Heroes, I will have you out there. I go, you will be on my team. You'll be my assistant.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm on it.
I woke up this morning. I didn't even tell you. I woke up this morning to a text from him actually checking in on us. He wanted to make sure that we made it home safely.
And then what was really cool, and I hope I don't embarrass anybody, but we did the hellos and the meet and greet after the show like we do, and across the comedy club is the lobby hotel bar, and Lou was there, Stephanie was there, and Renae and I wanted to have a drink with Lou and Stephanie, and this couple had just kind of lingered a little bit. 4 of them.
Two couples. It was 2 couples.
Had kind of lingered a little bit, and the place had cleared out, and I kind of wanted to make sure that the place had cleared out so that it doesn't turn into a thing, and they were kind of there, and I sit down and I see them kind of getting comfortable at a table. I go, well, we'll just join them, right?
Yeah.
So we joined them, and all of a sudden, one of the guys starts to cry, and I'm like, are you okay? And his wife's like, you don't understand. Steve, you're his hero.
She said, "Can I say this?
Yeah.
I don't want to steal your thunder, but she said you are his American dream."
Yep. And I start talking to this guy, and he goes, Steve, he goes, I learned so much from watching you, watching the podcast. He goes, we saw you in Orlando, we saw you in Miami. He goes, his wife goes, you gave him a koozie, and he vacuum sealed it.
She goes, he ordered this thing on Amazon to vacuum seal the koozie, and it's in the top drawer of his bedside table.
But again, me trying to learn about people, I start talking to this guy, and I find out that he comes to America by himself at 14 years old.
With his family.
From Mexico. One of his dreams was to be a Marine, was not able to become a Marine, and then met his high school sweetheart, who he's still with today, started a business, and now has his citizenship, and now has a very, very successful business. And I pulled him away, and I go, let's go do a shot together, me and you. Yeah. And we did a shot together, me and him, and he was just like, wow, Steve, like, I can't believe that I'm hanging out with you. And he's like, you're such an inspiration to me. And it just feels like such a huge responsibility, and I've always wanted to be on stage. I've always wanted to inspire as well as make people laugh.
Yeah.
And to see people like that, it's just so humbling for me.
He was so sweet and genuine and kind.
And Lou was like, get ready. He goes, get ready, dude. He goes, you're going to a whole nother level. He goes, I see it he goes, this is the kind of stuff that happens to Blake. This is the kind of stuff that happens to my big artist, and I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know if I'm ready to have that, you know, and I try to be as welcoming as possible at the meet and greet. I try to be as friendly as possible. I try to be very genuine.
Show our appreciation.
Show our appreciation. And one of the guys, very nice guy, he brought me the hats that are
they were cool. Those are cool
hats. He brought me some hats, and he later on sent a message on Instagram saying, man, I wanted to say more to you, but I couldn't talk. I was too nervous.
Yeah.
And I really tried to let people know that, if you have something to say, I want to hear it.
Yeah.
Because we do have people that go, can I tell you a quick story? And I'm like, of course you can. We've had people come up to us, and you want to hear those quick stories because sometimes it's we got through cancer because of you, or you saved our marriage, or something like that, and I don't want to miss those things, and that's the scary part about now we're going to these theaters, these 2,000, 3,000 seaters. I got to figure out, how do I keep the human interaction?
Someone just sent me a message last night saying, is there going to be a meet and greet after the Chicago show? And I said that there is nothing that would make you happier than being able to do that. We just haven't quite figured out as a team the logistics of how we can execute it successfully.
Yeah, and the hardest part for me is I don't want to charge extra. Like I really don't want to charge extra.
Yeah.
Because it seems so arrogant and so self-serving to go, you want to meet me? It's $100. You know what I mean? Like it just feels crummy for me, and it won't make me happy.
Yeah.
You know, it'll make me not happy. It'll make me uncomfortable that they just took a picture and walked off, and I go, well, they paid.
Yeah.
To have a few moments with me, and that wasn't a few moments. That was a fucking picture.
Yeah.
And I remember, being in the meet and greet line for John Mellencamp, and God, it was so serious. And everybody, all the security was like, one picture, do not talk to him, do not engage.
Do not talk to him.
Do not engage. Get there, take your picture, and move on. I mean, it was literally like, next, let's go. Next, you pose, picture, keep it moving, let's go. I mean,
damn.
And it was like, holy moly. I mean, it was, and I was invited. I didn't pay for it, but had I paid for it,
yeah,
I would have been like, I don't know if that was worth. It was probably $1,000 or whatever it was to meet, take that picture.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't know how busy his life is, and our life has definitely gotten wild.
Yeah.
And there are times and feelings where I go, man, there's just no time. I just don't have the time.
Yeah.
And unfortunately the place that I'm not going to take away any more time is my wife and kids.
Yeah.
I can't take away wife and kid time because that time I don't get back. And that's the time that's most important to me, which is why we're going to theaters so that I could have more time with family.
Yeah.
Right. But then that takes away time from the fan.
Yeah.
So it's just such a,
it's a juggling act.
It's a dilemma and it's, I just want people to know that I do think about those things.
Yeah.
And that they are important to me, and that I always tell people, if I didn't do it, it's because I can't.
Yeah.
We had every single show now, every show, we want Steve to do a happy birthday for so-and-so. We want Steve to talk about, and Timmy comes to me and he goes, well, there's 6 today. There's 6 birthdays. There's 6 anniversaries. There's, and I'm like, Tim, I can't interrupt my show. But that goes back to me also saying, I can't stop my show to do a birthday wish for you for 2 people in the audience when the other 400 people in the audience don't care.
Yeah.
So now I'm taking away from them just to make you special.
Yeah.
Well, can I give you money? Well, I don't want your money.
Yeah.
So who knows? I mean, maybe there's a way to go, look, you give $1,000 donation to Helicopters for Heroes. I'm all about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something, right?
Yeah.
Something. So it has become quite complicated. I felt like I controlled the conversation today. You didn't say much today. You look beautiful, as always.
Thank you.
You got your little summer top on.
Thank you, sir.
What did you want to talk about?
No, I was just laughing because I realized the last 2 years on the podcast, 2-3 years, we've had an actual Mother's Day episode. We talk about Mother's Day, and here Father's Day just came and went. No acknowledgement on the podcast. No Father's Day episode.
This weekend, I loaded the beach so that Renae could. Pretty much, Renae had a wonderful Father's Day weekend. Renae she had an amazing Father's Day weekend. It worked out great for her. But as a father, I don't need much. I want my wife to be happy. I want my kids to be happy.
Yeah.
And being called dad is probably the most beautiful thing on the planet.
I did have a gift hiding for you in the closet when we got home.
You did. It was Renae naked. It wasn't, because she wouldn't do that for me. Yeah, she was. All I know is that for Valentine's Day, she got a brand new golf cart customized with Captain Evil all over it, and I got cornhole boards. And then to find out that Renae goes, well, you like to play cornhole, so I figured you would like pretty cornhole boards. I'm like, no, Renae wanted pretty cornhole boards for herself because she was tired of my old ones that looked generic.
You love to play cornhole. You love to play cornhole. When we host something at the house, you could play cornhole, and drink beer, drink Crown all afternoon. And so the other ones were looking kind of shabby and beat up. I think they're probably warped. Like, you were due for some nice, good, heavy-duty cornhole boards.
I will say it once and I'll say it again. Any games that men play, I'm good at them. I win. I win at cornhole. I win at the stupid frisbee game that I never played before, and I dominated at McCutcheon's house. You saw.
Yeah.
You want to shoot pool? I'm good at that. You want to throw darts? I'm good at that. You want to play washers? También. Also good at that. You want to play golf? I'm no slouch in golf either. So anything men do, I'm good at it.
Yeah. Someone asked me on my Instagram how I keep up with such a manly man. Like, how do I do it? How do I...
Did they really?
Yes, they did.
Let me see it.
My stories? It's so funny. It made me cry.
Why is it so funny? She's like, it's so funny. They think he's a manly man.
Look, what is it right here? Oh, how do you keep up with such a manly man like Steve-O? That's what they asked me.
It's not easy. It's not easy. I am pretty macho. But and it's funny because, again, the people I get along with, military people, man. Military people are athletes, are blue collar workers. Like, dude, me and the trash guy have a fucking relationship. Do we not?
You have to make friends with him because we have so many damn boxes and we need help.
Dude, like, he comes by and I'm like chatting with him and and he's like, man, what's up? And we're talking.
Me and the UPS and FedEx guy are buddies. You and the trash guy are buddies.
We're buddies.
Okay, but we got to wrap this up because Delilah's only going to watch Coco Melon for so long.
I know, and we're bad parents. Pretty much. They're just running amok over there in the rest of the house. But again, super excited. How do you get a Old Salt Coffee Steve Trevino Challenge coin? You go to oldsaltcoffee.com. You get a subscription, an annual subscription. Monthly coffee comes to your house. And Trevino 10, you have to put Trevino 10 so that they know that you want one of these. And we will send it to you as a thank you from all the men and women that Helicopters for Heroes helps. So please, Old Salt Coffee, Aztec Chevrolet, give them a chance. They deserve it. They're good people. Don't forget to download Picked Cherries. It is a part of me and Renee's portfolio. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Thank you, Don, for sitting in and hanging out with us. Peace out.